Yes, hello tradies. Welcome to the Air Raid Siren. Mitch and I get to talk about something that is not trade related. Mitchell, you can have the new ball.
So State of Origin is on the verge of a comeback 26, 27 years after it was last played. Victoria, WA, February 14 next year, Valentine's Day. Bit of romance in the air in WA. Optus Stadium. I believe this will be sorted in the next week or so.
Do you think I'm a Valentine's Day sort of guy?
No.
Yeah. Shock horror.
Me?
Yes, I do think you'd be a flowers for Kate, operator.
Flowers occasionally.
Occasionally?
But I'm all year round.
Oh! Good answer. Well done.
So the WA government are in negotiations with the AFL right now over who pays the bill and who takes the gate taking. So it's at that stage of negotiation.
The AFL's opening argument would be, you pay for everything, we'll take all the ticket sales.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where it falls in terms of what players get because they're not going to want to do it for nothing. And is going to need.
Do you have an idea what they might? Because what do the Origin players get? What do they get?
Off the top of my head, this is just a guess. It's like 40 grand a game.
40 grand a game, I reckon, is the exact number. That's the number I had in my head.
Yeah.
It ends up being a bit over 100 grand if you play all three.
Yeah. So if the average wage, if the average wage is 500 grand,
yep,
and players play 20 games a year,
yep,
23, that's what. Just short of 25 grand per game. It's got to be.
I don't know. I didn't do maths.
500. What's 500 divided by 23?
500 divided by 23. Dan, the research assistant, will be going mental. 21,700.
So it's probably just got to be a bit more than that, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, you'd want them to get maybe 40.
Yeah. It's a fair investment. What's 40 grand times 48?
40 grand times 48.
This is live maths here on the Air Raid.
It's 1.92 million. It's $2 million bucks.
So that's an investment just for the players.
Yeah. Pocket change, the AFL, really.
Yeah. So it looks like it's on the way. It's coming.
I couldn't be less excited about anything.
Personally, I'd love to see it in June, July.
It means nothing in February.
Yeah. And then the whole debate through January will be, is this guy up? Is he not? Is he in for selection? Oh, he's had the hammy. He's been sore at training. Is he ready to go? Players, don't forget, only return from their Christmas break around January 7 or 8. So they only have had a month of training before they head off to camp. What it does mean, though, is that players who play in this game, I believe, will get an exemption from one of their other two pre-season games. So, for example, Harley Reid, if he plays for Victoria, he'll be the headline act at Optus Stadium playing against WA. It means he won't have to play one of the other two Eagles pre-season games if he's at the Eagles still.
I'm just disappointed. It's half-baked for mine. So the NRL have turned Origin into something that's maybe one of the most watchable sporting events on the calendar in Australia. And it's prompted the AFL to say, oh, we might have a look at State of Origin. Yeah, we're going to play a one-off in February. Cool. Like, if you're going to do it, do it. Otherwise, don't. I'm not going to care about State of Origin in February 16 when half the good players aren't playing. Are you? Well, you're different because you love.
I love footy. The Indigenous All-Stars game last year
was fine.
It was adequate.
It was adequate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that probably it was a bit stronger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. It's a no from me. Hey, the finals are coming up, Mitchell. Fixturing's always fascinated me. So Geelong are currently second.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're not going here again, are we?
And the Dogs could conceivably make the 8. And because of how tight everything is, right, they could end up finishing, say, 6th.
And host an elimination final.
Against, say, Freo.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is, at what point do you stop or start locking people out of the ground for the benefit of the team? So, for instance, right, if the ladder stopped now, Geelong would play Collingwood, and unfortunately for Geelong, they'd have to play a qualifying home final against Collingwood at Collingwood's home ground.
They've been through all this before with the whole Richmond stuff too.
Yep. Now, I don't think anyone at Geelong would expect the AFL to grant them a home final at GMHBA against Collingwood.
Yeah.
Right. But if, say, Fremantle are 4th, if they swapped with Collingwood and it was Geelong Fremantle, like it was in 2013,
yep.
would Geelong be right in...
Run it back.
Link's nodding. He's a big
Well, it's a
Freo
good
man.
game for Freo and Ross Lyon. Would Geelong be right in asking for that game at GMHBA as opposed to the MCG?
That have every right to ask. I think you need to have at least 2, maybe 3 games in Victoria for Geelong to get a game at GMHBA. You can't have the only game for the first week of finals in Victoria to be played at GMHBA Stadium.
Okay, well,
regardless of who they play.
Okay, let's say it was Dogs Freo.
Pete, that'll be at the G.
Well, but they've asked for it to be at Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd play that at the G, and then you could, if you're Geelong, you push
So
play it at GMHBA.
how many do they get for Dogs Freo at MCG?
You're pushing 50.
So why not at Marvel?
Yeah,
then?
these are all conversations I'm just thinking about now.
So what year was it? I should have done this research prior to going into the air raid, so I apologise. It was a couple of years ago St Kilda played GWS in an elimination final.
That was at the G.
Yeah, and I feel like there were like over 65 there, and it really surprised everyone because a lot of the build-up to that game was, well, St Kilda should be allowed to play that game at Marvel. The MCG is not their home ground. And I went to that game, and from memory, it was a very sunny day, and there were more than 65 there.
68.
Wow, 68 according to Link.
For Saints Giants.
So that's amazing.
What was the crowd link?
68.
Yeah, I think that's right. No, because I remember being at the ground and thinking, geez, there are a lot of people here. So I'm just interested from a fan's perspective. If I'm a Western Bulldogs fan and I end up sneaking in to a home final against Freo, why would I want that game to be at the MCG? But the fan lover in me thinks, well, how many thousands am I locking out? If they're going to be pushing 60, well, I can live with locking out 4,000 people and pumping 56 into a raging Marvel Stadium, which, by the way, is now a more attractive proposition for the AFL given that they own the stadium. But if I'm going to have a shock crowd like the St Kilda GWS game and get pushing 70 there, well, I'm not comfortable with locking out nearly 15.
Yep. And you get more Freo fans than Giants fans.
Yeah, I guess you would. I don't know the answer to that.
There's more Freo fans than Giants fans.
Yeah, but how many of them are here?
2012 Freo Geelong at the MCG got 44,000.
That was a Friday night from memory?
No, I think that was the weird Saturday twilight game from memory, wasn't it?
It was from memory. It was Saturday night.
Oh, I think the weird memory in me is feeling like Mitch. If you,
It was,
Link, if you go to
Saturday night, 2012.
okay, Saturday night, because I used to do the weird Saturday twilight finals, which I kind of liked. Anyway, I'm just always interested to what the AFL fixturing department does.
So will that,
in this set of
in your
circumstances.
eyes, where would you have that Dogs Freo game?
I think I would play that at Marvel, to be honest. But the MCG have a contract for a certain amount of finals, I'm pretty sure. But it's such a fascinating year because conceivably we might only have one final in Victoria for the first 3 weeks, depending on what happens. So I think, I've said this for the last 6 weeks, I think Gold Coast will finish second because I don't think they're losing another game. And so you've got...
It's a big game this week against the Giants, though.
Yep. But if they win that, they're basically guaranteed to finish second. Mm-hmm. Then suddenly you've got Adelaide finishing top and Gold Coast finishing second. The two qualifying finals, pardon me, are outside of Melbourne. You could have Brisbane conceivably finishing fifth. Anyway, I find this stuff really interesting. I know that other people might find it a little bit dry, but
it's a big talking point.
Where the finals are, and I know you're going to hate this, and I'm sorry for all the Geelong fans out there. I'm not trying to be a smartass. And Wes, who's driven up from Geelong this morning to sit in and listen to tradies. How long is it going to take until they fix the fucking roads?
From Geelong?
Yeah. I refused to go. I didn't go down last week.
I did hear that, actually. You were in...
No, I refused. It took me 2.5 hours to get home last time.
Sure, this Westgate Tunnel's not far away.
Well, how far is it, though?
Next 12 months? Next 6 months, probably.
Welcome to Victoria, where everything costs more than it should and takes forever to build.
On that note.
Farewell.